I said three brothers so I can be kind of scrappy, and I was a JOA one summer, but we could talk about that in one point. Okay, so I am Melissa Woods. I do own Enchanted Woods Travel, and I started this about 8 years ago, really just because I had been helping friends and family do their trips. I always like to show this one picture of Riley because this is kind of where I get emotional. This is her at 5, her first Disney trip. It was also my first Disney trip. And I spent probably 8 months planning this trip, reading all the websites, getting all the information. This trip was perfect. My husband was like, I'm not going to Disney, this is gonna be miserable. By the time we left, because I planned it so perfectly, we went back every year since then. Probably about 6 years ago, he decided he would go anymore, that we were too much for him. So the other picture is us this past May. That is my daughter. Obviously, most of you know her, and we were at Disney again this year. We've literally gone every year, once or twice a year, and now it's a mommy-daughter trip. The great thing about that is I really thought that, she's going off to college. That might be the last one. Well, we are going to Italy with Colette, who I'll talk about later. And while we are there, we are going to stop over in Paris and go to Disneyland Paris. So that falls us last week, and I'm very excited about it. But that is how he started. It literally went from one trip to helping friends to becoming the #1 travel agent in DFW by myself. And I owe that to Paula B&B. So it started as a favor, it turned into a calling, and now it's just a business that I've built on word of mouth and trust because we don't pay for any referrals or any advertising or anything like that. So, what we do. So we help couples, families, and groups plan vacations that actually feel good, they're not stressful. We specialize in creating personalized travel experiences that match your style, budget, and your dreams. So everything that I do, I have a conversation with you. It's not just a text message or an email. I want to know how much money you want to spend, what is important to you. Do you like Disney World? Do you like Italy? Have you always wanted to see certain things? I want to know these things before we ever do any booking or I do any research. We do destination weddings and honeymoons, theme parks, you already know, ocean and river cruises, all-inclusive resorts, guided tours with Colette, and group travel where we can send you and all of your friends on a cruise or to an all-inclusive, 50th anniversaries, whatever you want to do, we can help with any of these. If it is something I don't know, so let's just say Japan, I've never been there. Guess what? I have people I can call that are literally on site of Japan, and they can curate the best trip that you've ever had. And I fully trust all of those people that I work with. So I always do this slide, why use Travel Advisor? Because I know everybody's like, I can Google and I can Expedia. You can, and that's fine. But Google is for looking, Travel Agent is for booking. Why? Because I can tell you, if you go to the Maldives, for instance, did you know that you either need to fly into Dubai and land early that morning and then fly over to the Maldives early the next morning, or you have to fly into Mal and spend the night if your flight arrives any later than 1 o'clock. Why? Because the puddle jumper planes are not flying to any of the little islands where your over-the-water bungalows are. I actually had this happen, not to my client, but to his friend who went to the Maldives, didn't know that, booked on his own because he knew more than I did. And my brother had a great trip, went to the Maldives, had all of his stuff set up, and didn't lose $2,000 a night in an over-the-water bungalow that guy had no idea was to do. So that's kind of one of the big things. Saving time and reducing stress. You're all busy. You're business owners. Give it to me. Let me do it, right? Values and perks. So we do have access to exclusive upgrades, resort credits, insider rates, things that you may not find online. And at the very least, it will always be exactly the same. But you're already paying for it. So if you book with Expedia, you book with Hilton with your Hilton Honors numbers, go straight to Royal Caribbean, all of those, you're still paying for a travel agent if you're not using it, right? That money that I'm making is already built into that fee, and then so you might as well get the service that you're already paying for. And obviously, real human support, so you're not the one sitting on the plane or at the airport or somewhere trying to figure out the problem when you're stuck in Hawaii or something like that. You're calling me, I'm handling it, you're at the bar having a drink. Competence and protection, obviously we help you with any contingency plans. We have trusted relationship with our suppliers that I have on speed dial. I can text Kara with Colette, I can text Royal Caribbean and just be like, I need this to happen right now. And it usually happens within 24 hours. Top problems we solve. Analysis paralysis. Means you've got 87,000 tabs open and you have no idea what you want to do. Just call me because I have 87 open, but I've already narrowed it down. Hidden cost and budget tracks. A lot of times if you're booking through a random booking engine and it's like, oh, I got insurance. Guess what? Most of the time that insurance is only covering 65% of your trip. If you have to cancel, they just don't tell you that. Logistics, flights, transfers, meals, all these things, group trips. Now, if you're booking a trip for 35 people or even destination weddings, which are 100, do you as the bride, the groom, the group leader really want to handle all of their changes, all of their booking, all of their payments? No, let us do that. On-trip backup and global experience. Process. Our process is pretty simple. So we have an intake form and then a consult call. That is where I find out everything about you that you want to know. Once we do that, I'm gonna give you 2 to 4 best fit options. Sometimes I might throw in an extra one if I'm like, maybe. And we're gonna get really close to what you want. You're gonna look at those and decide which one suits you best. And then we're gonna keep narrowing it down from there. We're gonna book, we're gonna secure your rates, we're gonna secure your perks at that point. Now, the cool thing is, some places, Disney World, Royal Caribbean, and some others, if they have a promo and we booked you at one rate and that promo pops in, guess what? I can go in and usually grab that promo for you, so you're actually saving money. And that's one of my favorite calls is, hey, guess what? You don't owe me this amount, but now you only owe me this. And everybody gets really excited, right? So then we send out checklists, reminders, tips, final travel documents. These are just some of the samples of different emails that I send out for my Disney clients or my celebrity cruise clients. I have these for everybody. I spent hours making them. If you've ever taken a trip with me, you know that you get all of these emails so you cannot forget anything. Support, monitoring, problem solving, all access while you're traveling. I don't answer my phone after 10 o'clock unless you're on a trip, and then I'm gonna answer it no matter what time of day it is. And then obviously, welcome home. We like to debrief. We want to know what you did, didn't like, what happened, if there was an issue that you just didn't tell us about, so that in the future, we have all that information. Fewer decisions, better experiences, zero guesswork. Value. So this is value that you can feel. Exclusive perks, price confidence, insurance, a lot of this is just repeated, peace of mind, and you know, your reputation is going to be safe when you refer us because I'm going to take care of those people. That is just like in my soul to do that no matter what. Partnerships. So we have over 500 preferred suppliers. That means I have a cell phone number for someone at every single company that we work with that I can at any moment call them and get information or help you if there's an issue. And then we also work with Colette, who is here today, and I'm very excited. They do guided tours all over the world, really. And they have insider knowledge and insider access to things that you may not know about when you're in Italy or when you're in Japan, wherever you are. And then we have 24/7 assistance and support with everybody. All right, ideal referrals. Newly engaged couples, theme park people, milestone travelers, like 50th birthday, anniversaries, graduation, somebody who's never cruised, somebody who cruises all the time, somebody who wants to try a new cruise. Clubs, communities, pickleball, church, booster clubs. You can literally refer me to almost anyone because everyone is taking a trip at some point. Power partners. These are the people that I can work with directly that will help me get business, right? So wedding planners, photographers, venues, all of those people are going to be talking to engaged couples that need honeymoons and all these different things, right? Dentists, private schools, youth coaches, pickleball captains. Who's my pickleball captain? I know I got a player, better player. Anybody, you go and have pickleball tournaments, right? On a beach. Event vendors and local businesses. So if you know anybody that plans events, leads communities, likes VIP experiences, wants to give their clients incentive trips, we do all of that. Does that make time, really? Yeah. Did it?
Yes.
Any questions? Yes.
Is your service full, like start to finish, as far as if you're booking a trip and you need flight and rental car and where you're staying, is it all?
Yeah, so it's all inclusive.
Do you pieces of that? Like if say you're, like I know you're not big on Airbnb travel or something like that, but someone needs flight and rental car, like do you do that kind of stuff as well, or is it?
It's going to depend on the client because we do not make any money for flights and rental cars, so I'd have to mark it up. Now, if you're someone who calls me on a regular basis for a trip all the time, otherwise, it's me kind of doing you a favor. I have been known to just help you find the flights and be like, here, go book them. This is a great flight. And that's just kind of my give back. But no, we don't make any money on flights only. Anybody else? Yes.
What is your preferred method of being contacted? So when I give you a referral to you and they're calling you, should they text?
Text or email is fine. What's going to happen is if they text me, I'm going to move them to email because it's going to get lost in text messages. So I prefer email because I'm going to see it every day, but a lot of people like to text. You know, that's fine to get the conversation started. I don't have a problem with that. Yes.
How far in advance should somebody engage you for the best trip?
It's totally up to you. However, your cruise bookings, the farther out you book them, the cheaper they're going to be. They cost more every day. Something like Disney and theme parks, give me 6 months. Can I do it in 2 weeks? Yes, I do it for non-Easter. You know, I'm really good at it, right? Something like Colette's, I mean, right now, 2026 is almost booked out, right? So if we're talking about Christmas market cruises, that's like, you need to start booking for 2027. If you can book as soon as they release those dates at any of these places, so your prices are cheaper and your inventory is better.
All right, we're with Melissa. Book 1. Thank you.